Hello everyone and welcome to FootballPower.tv's year-end high school top 10 show. I'm Dan Driscoll. The Mega Division has seen a season like no other, a campaign of wild finishes, breakout athletes, and record-setting performances. Now the results are in for the Elite 10 in the Mega Division football. Heading the list at number 10 is Timpview High School out of Provo, Utah with a rating of 98.40. The Thunderbirds had no trouble convincing the state and the country that they were one of the most dominant teams after a 50-7 victory over Pineview in the Class 4A championship. The T-Birds, behind senior running back Jerome Patterson and Mark Eckerbrack, captured their third 4A crown in 4 years and scored the most lopsided state title game ever since 1919. Making the countdown at number 9 is Hutchinson High School from Hutchinson, Kansas with a mark of 98.5. The Salthawks completed their fourth straight season with a championship after crushing Olathe South 37-14 in the Class 6A title game. Led by sophomore Josh Smith and senior Romero Cotton, the Hawks averaged 47 points per game as 5 backs accumulated 450 yards rushing or more. Naples High out of Florida makes our list at number 8 with a final rating of 98.57. The Golden Eagles produced one of the most successful seasons in team history this year, all culminating in a 17-10 victory over St. Augustine in the Class 3A state championship game. With the win, the Golden Eagles secured their second overall title and first undefeated season. Credit much of the team's success to the dynamic play of running back Greg Pratt, who rushed for over 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. Finishing 7th in the rankings this year is Burns from Duncan, South Carolina with a rating of 98.7. The Rebels finished off a memorable season in style with a 48-9 victory over state power Somerville to capture the Class 4A Division I championship. Meanwhile, with a 15-0 record, the squad completed its third undefeated season in 5 years and won the 5th state title in 6 years. Quarterback Chaz Dodd and running back Marcus Lattimore made Byrne one of the most feared teams in the South in '07. Next on our countdown is the 6th-ranked Booker T. Washington out of Miami, Florida, with a rating of 98.71. The Tornadoes clinched their first state championship in school history with a 23-15 win over Nice in the Class 4A title game in December. Led by head coach Tim Harris, who is now 57-7 in his tenure at Booker T, the Tornadoes swirled around their opponents on defense to no end, giving up just 66 points in 13 games, good for just 5 per game. Meanwhile, Booker T dominant defense, which is nicknamed F5 after the Tornado rating scale, shut out 8 teams in 2007, including 5 straight at midseason. Our 5th-ranked team on the countdown is Destrehan out of Louisiana with a final rating of 99. The Wildcats capped a historic season by taking the Class 5A state title game by knocking off Acadiana 41-21 at the Superdome. The squad's terrific trio quarterback Jordan Jefferson, receiver Demarius Johnson, and running back Jericho Nelson molded to form one of the most prolific offenses in the South. Nelson rushed for over 1,000 yards and 22 touchdowns. The LSU-bound Jefferson passed for 2,626 yards and 22 touchdowns as Johnson caught 77 balls for 1,184 yards and 21 scores. The 4th spot on our list belongs to Macomb Dakota High School out of Macomb, Michigan with a rating of 99.1. Led by head coach Mike Giannoni, the Cougars went 14-0 and repeating as state champions at the Division I level. In a pinnacle contest, Dakota bested previously undefeated Livonia Stevenson 41-21. The Cougars were nearly impossible to contain all season long, with quarterback Mitch Lovett leading the charge, as well as two-way standout Kyle DeMaster, who excelled at both safety and wide receiver position. DeMaster set an all-time finals record with 3 touchdown catches in addition to a 52-yard interception return for a score. Coming in at number 3 in the rankings is Prattville from Prattville, Alabama, with a rating of 99.35. The Lions etched their spot in Alabama history by claiming the Class 6A title for the second year with a 14-0 win over Spain Park. The victory made the Lions just the 6th program in state history to repeat as champions in Alabama's top classification. While running backs Justin Albert and Gerodus Williams both led the charge on offense, complementing each other well late in the season, the Lions defense proved to be brute force, holding teams just 7.5 points per game, including 6 shutouts. Perhaps the team's most telling stat was the 31 rushing yards they allowed on 25 attempts by Spain Park in the title contest. Our second-ranked team in the Mega Division is Northwestern out of Miami, Florida, with a rating of 99.49. The Bulls ran over the competition in 2007 en route to their second straight 15-0 season and a 30-game winning streak. Oh, and let's not forget about the team's Class 6A championship victory over Boone. The Bulls feature star-studded lineup of athletes, many of which are already lined up for next year's stage of football. Ja'Cory Harris led the offensive attack, which put up nearly 43 points per contest and posted 49 touchdown passes. All the while, the Bulls topped national powers Southlake Carroll, Miami Central, Columbus, and Boone on the way to another championship. And without further ado, Katy High School out of Katy, Texas heads the Mega Division with a rating of 99.89. The Tigers concluded a sensational season with a sound 28-7 win over Pflugerville in December for the Class 5A Division II title. With that victory, the Tigers marked their 4th undefeated season in team history. The Tigers last won the state title in 2003 when they nipped Southlake Carroll 16-15 in that championship contest. Katy has now produced 9 region championships and 22 district championships in its illustrious history. But in 2007, the Tigers stood out more than ever. The squad averaged 388 yards of offense per game and 43.8 points per contest, while giving up just 8 points defensively. And aside from a 24-13 win over Leaf Hastings in Week 6, no other team claimed closer than 16 points to Katy. All-American running back Andre Dean has been nothing short of spectacular in the senior season, rushing for nearly 2,500 yards and 26 touchdowns. While Dean supplies the ground attack, quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell heads the air attack. Mitchell finished the season with 2,500 yards through the air and 37 touchdowns versus 4 interceptions. Receiver Joey Fuda and Terrence Avia also combined for 20 touchdowns and round out the best offenses in the nation. Perhaps the most impressive of all was the way Katy dispatched its opponents in the playoffs. The Tigers trounced Clements 42-0 before demolishing Madison 66-14 in the semifinal. Both teams had combined records of 26-3 and national power ratings of 91 and above. Just further proof of why Katy ranks as the best of the best in the Mega Division for football 2007. And there you have it, the top 10 teams in the Mega Division. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. For FootballPower.tv, I'm Dan Driscoll.
FootballPower.tv. Get the power.